Hey everybody, I'm Liz Berry.
Hi guys, I'm Joey.
Welcome to another WIP Wednesday stream. We are back as we said we would be.
We've returned.
So let's get started with the whips. Let me just whip some of these guys out. Sorry.
You should put up chat.
Oh, I think it's... Oh yeah, that's right. I minimized the tab. Hang on a second, guys. There it is. Okay. So let me put some of these out before we switch cameras. And
yeah, welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back everybody.
Thanks for joining us. If anyone's catching these early minutes of the stream.
Yeah, we probably haven't even gone up yet. The ad is still running.
Right, I know. Damn,
we're probably not on yet, but
feel
we're about to be.
But feel free to engage in the chat. Let us know, how you're doing, what you're working on.
Some of these are a little tricky to find all the pieces for, but here's the other half of that.
Right.
Yeah, I'm just setting up a bunch of lace pieces so that you guys can see them.
That's the problem with having everything in a little baggie is
I have
gets
everything in Ziplocs.
entangled.
Yeah.
And intertwined with each other.
Yeah. It'll be worth it, trust me. Some of these aren't.
Gotta set the scene.
Alright. Hopefully this looks good, because I can't actually see what this looks like on the camera or anything yet,
right?
Because I haven't switched over. That's not even... That's just a piece of... That's a scrap yarn piece.
What's that doing in there?
Alright. These aren't pieced together yet, but... I'm not sure how much of this will be in frame, but I'm just gonna lay all these out so far. Alright. I think that's all my finished ones of this type, so I'm gonna just put away all the rest of the scraps and the unfinished pieces. And let's switch the camera over so you guys can see what I've been laying out. Alright, so some of them are out of frame as predicted. And I'm not sure if you guys can see them very well. Let me put a little bit more of
it's a little...
Yeah, so these are some little lace mushrooms that I've been working on. I showed you guys that Alice and Cheshire Cat 2 weeks ago when we were here last. So these are going to go along with that piece probably. Not all of them. I don't think I'll put these with them because of the texture of the yarn. Although I do have a lot of pieces of like flowers and stuff that do match this texture of yarn.
Right.
So I might use these with that piece. I'm not sure. They are really nice giant mushrooms, although I don't know how much space I want to take up.
I know, right?
So my giant mushrooms I haven't pieced together yet.
A little overambitious sometimes.
Well, these might look nice for like almost blending more into the background, I guess, too.
Those are super cute.
So once I attach them together, they'll look kind of...
Little frills for the spores almost.
And there's just not any really... I haven't found any, but I haven't seen any real like patterns for Irish lace mushrooms anywhere. Really,
right.
Like if you guys have seen any of them like that, like let me know.
Do let us know, or leave
send
links.
me links because I've looked for stuff like that and I can't find any examples of it. So I kind of just had to wing all of these. These are pretty simple, the tiny ones, but obviously this is a little bit more complex. Let me show you guys a little bit closer up.
Yeah, the cap. I know. I wish we had like a darker background to put it against.
I know.
So you could see the...
I should have thought about that. There is a lot of white background stuff. Or there is a lot of white lace pieces that I'm going to show. So you can see the caps really well, though. So that's nice.
Yeah.
Let me show you some of these other little ones. The smaller ones are all pretty much the same design. They're all just different lengths of stitches for the cap, so just really short stitches going into really long stitches in the middle and then back into short again. And then I think I also may have done just a row of single crochet all around them, and then I made tall stitches for the stem.
And this is all going on a... Because remind people for that might not know.
Ryan's back from last time. Ryan says they look eerily organic. Yeah, that's kind of the thing with Irish crochet. Yeah, there's like a really interesting like natural look to it.
Yeah, when you do freeform, it seems
freeform tends to have that look.
It kind of it grows from the point. It does have more of a kind of natural or organic feel to it.
Yeah, you guys should check out look up crochet freeform coral reefs. Those look amazing. Really... I haven't actually tried to make anything like that before. I'm gonna maybe try to for some of my mermaid pieces, but yeah, let's move all these mushrooms, and I'll show you guys some other pieces. Here, let's switch back to us. And you guys can look at us while I set up the next pieces. But yeah, I would be really interested in trying to figure out how to do some
yeah, it was crazy with
coral reef.
How some of those freeform, especially with coral reefs, are because crazy. It's like you can just keep on growing it in different directions and trying new things, and it gets busier and busier, but then it almost looks more and more realistic because.
Yeah. Oh, hey, there's a mushroom that I left out. Let's put that.
It escaped.
Well, it was in a different bag than all the other ones. I don't know how that happened. But yeah, I'm just going to set up a bunch of, like, flowers and stuff, like leaves and stuff. So. But yeah, maybe when because I have a lot of, like, shells and stuff made, but I haven't really made very much. I've made, like, a couple of, like, coral reef applique type of things, but I haven't done a lot of, like, the crazy freeform coral reefs. That would be cool to try to put into like the background of a Irish lace mermaid piece, maybe.
Because you're almost setting up like little kind of like posters or paintings in a sense.
Yeah,
totally. With Irish lace, kind of.
Yeah, that's kind of what I've been trying to work on with these pieces.
Paint a particular scene with different.
Yeah, if any of you guys have seen my ruby and sapphire piece, there's some pictures of it on Tumblr. If you guys haven't seen that. And also some stream or other I've shown it. But
it's one of those things where I almost think that you could like, if you got the size down right, you could like frame it practically and
I know. That's kind of what I want to do. That is kind of what I want to do with those.
Or to be able to have it hanging and be like a transparency kind of.
Yeah, I know. I kind of want to do that with the Alice one. Just because I have some ideas about like things that I could put in the background and then stuff that I can leave transparent that would make it look.
Yeah, because I don't know if anyone's seen or if it popped up on any of our streams of that witch that you made for Halloween.
Oh yeah, no, I actually have not shown that at all. Like I haven't even taken pictures of that on Tumblr.
Right.
I was kind of saving that for Halloween.
Oh, I spilled the beans.
No, it's okay. I'm gonna maybe like that might end up being a tutorial later on in the next few coming months, just because it's like I think it's a pretty good Halloween piece. All right, I'm just gonna set up a few of these flowers here.
That hat very similar to the one you're wearing, same color and everything, but
nice.
I didn't do the zigzag.
Nice. Yeah, this is one of my favorite yarns. I think it's called Moon Glow or something like that, but it's a cotton yarn from somebody or other. I don't remember who makes it, but yeah, it's one of my favorite colors.
And it's just like change between the variegated and black.
Like I did the variegated Moon Glow, and then this isn't stripes, it's actually a spiral. Okay, I kind of was, if you look at it from the top, it kind of has like a bit of a swirl thing going on.
Yeah, no, that looks good.
But yeah, that's cool. We're hat twins. Nice. All right, let me just finish setting up this last little flower, and then I'll show you guys the next thing. Here, let me put
with the mushroom. It was good as the centerpiece.
Well, no, I know, but I want to put it with. I'm gonna just put it with a leaf behind it so that you guys can see the stem better.
Okay, fair enough.
All right, so there's a bunch of leaves. You guys will see the leaves. It's fine. Okay, there we go. So let's switch over.
Let's see how much this is in frame.
Some of it's in frame. Let me move these guys over. Maybe to this side. Okay. So these guys don't have their leaves attached yet. I'm going to probably... I have some of these like standalone little leaves that I'm probably going to just put close enough to them to suggest that they are connected. Kind of.
Right. I think that would work.
So like, yeah. Because I kind of don't want everything to be perfectly attached like all the time. Like some of these I want to be attached.
Yeah,
like,
no, I think
flower,
an important part of this style is having the negative space there.
Yeah,
in between all of the wonderful busyness.
Here's the mushroom that I missed. So it's kind of pretty much the same as all the other mushrooms. I'm gonna put it with the others so that it doesn't get lost or separated.
Back with its brethren.
Mm-hmm. All right, so. Most of these are just like leaves and flowers. These leaves are the same as these leaves. The only thing that is kind of trippy about this one is I used a padding cord for this, which I don't usually do. I just kind of wanted to see what it would look like. And it's it's trippy. It'll add some interesting texture to the piece, I think.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, nice. Send me a picture, Ryan.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see you.
Nice. Did you use literally the exact same yarn? I'll trip out if you did.
I'm serious.
This one I'll probably put some leaves around, kind of like I did for this one, since it has that little center.
I know.
Ladder.
Yeah, no, that one I like a lot.
Which one? This one? The pink one or the purple?
The purple one.
Yeah, with the leaves it'll look.
Is that the same purple? That's not the same purple as that.
No, right?
It's
not. No, this is a different purple. Same.
So I'm not sure if I like it more because of the shade of purple or because of the shape.
Yeah, this one's more spiky. Yeah, no, it looks good. This one's more rounded, so it's definitely got a very different shape. And also, this one's only got 5 petals. I didn't even notice that. Yeah, because some of them I've just gone between 5 and 6 petals. And then also, obviously, I've done like some spiky sideways flowers. And then this one is kind of wild. I'm not sure. Because like, I tried to incorporate this into a piece before, and it was just so much that it kind of took over the whole piece. So like, I need to find a way to incorporate it to where it's not like
because it's almost like a large corner piece with creeping vines. But yeah, it looks really, really nice, but it is kind of it's like a large portion of whatever you put it in.
I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing that correctly, but hi and thanks for the compliment.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, this one it would be nice to figure out a way to incorporate it without it being too much.
Right.
But currently it's kind of a bit much. I do want to try to do stuff with like some overgrown looking flowers and stuff, which I think this would look really cool to like not like super evenly like press them out and make sure that they're all separated, but maybe kind of layer some of them on top of each other so they look messy and more natural, I guess.
I almost think it'd be trippy as like almost like a hair piece. Like if you were to do like a large person's like head and had that kind of as like
that would be
as like a little pin on the side or something like that.
That's a cool idea.
Like flowing down the hair.
I would not have thought of that. That's cool. That might be good to do for like a fairy.
But it would be like it'd almost be like a portrait picture, but it done in like I don't know. That's just the random image that I have. That would be cool
to do with like a fairy piece, maybe like an Irish crochet fairy piece, and just have the like. That would be cool. Well, I don't know. I'm not sure what to do with that, but that is a really cool idea. I do like that a lot.
Playing around with ideas of what to do with that. If you guys have any ideas, please let us know.
Yeah, for sure.
Any suggestions?
Okay, let's switch this over, and I will.
That small red one reminds me of a pressed flower.
Yeah,
is it like this one, right? Or is that because this one I like a lot too.
The way that it's like smashed. Up.
Well, you should switch it back real quick.
Yeah, it's not on that camera anymore. But yeah, this one, because of the way that it's like layered on top. Yeah, I don't remember how I did that.
Because I like that look too. It was a pressed flower in a book or something.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I can't remember how I did that. I think it was similar to this, but then I might have figured out a way to do like a second row. But I'm not sure if I even did this one the same way. That's the problem with doing things freeform. I just don't remember.
I know, right?
And with little things like flowers, it's easy to forget what it was.
Right, you just figure something out in the moment, and then you keep on making stuff.
I'm like, I'll remember that. I don't have to write that down. No, I won't remember it. It's unfortunate, but it happens. Okay, right. So
is that all of the Irish lace?
There's a little bit more. There's a little bit more, and then also I'm saving the best pieces for last.
Right, of course. So. Have to.
Can't
give you guys the best stuff right at the beginning. Got to reward you guys for hanging out with us. And the random people that just happen to come in at the last second, I guess.
Okay. Most of this stuff is, I know, right? Seriously. Most of these are just little standalone leaves. Why do I tend to make leaves all facing in that same direction? I gotta watch that.
I know, right? The wind is blowing in one
way. I know, right? That actually does make sense if you put it that way. It's a little vine. And there's this guy. I'm not sure what's going to be in frame. I think this is what's going to be in frame. It's a mystery. It's just another standalone. There's a lot of standalone leaves going on here.
Should I start?
Yeah, for sure. These ones, I'm not sure how I'm even arranging. Because they I don't know what I was thinking when I made them. So
how are leaves arranged?
I know, exactly. Because some of these I wanted to make them look like I wanted to make them look like they're sideways, and some of them I want them to look like straight up, like from
Right.
From like looking down perspective. So it really depends on, I guess, the perspective of the piece, I guess. So some of these will be for a particular piece and some of them will be for a different particular piece just because of the orientation of the flowers. Okay.
Oh, D is short for Diana.
Oh, nice.
Good to know.
Then I probably said it correctly. Okay. This is, the tails are getting all tangled up. And that's what happens when you don't sew your tails in.
Right.
Sew your tails in, everybody.
This has been a public service announcement.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Scene almost set. We're almost there.
Yeah. Oh, I dropped one.
Oh, right there.
There it is. Nice.
Tried to run away.
No, you will be in the frame. Okay. So let's switch. All right. So it's mostly just leaves and flowers again. Mostly leaves this time. This one's kind of the coolest one this time, I guess. It's a little fern.
Yeah, like a fern.
Mm-hmm. I want to make a few more of these, but like in different stages. And I think that would be kind of a nice thing to like litter around the piece. This one will be for one of the perspective of the flowers being like sideways. Right. So, and more of these type of flowers. I have a bunch of these that I kind of want to put like all around to make it look like kind of a wildflower of a certain type that's just growing around. I made this little patch of grass, I guess, which I want to make a couple more patches of as well.
Little tufts.
Yeah. And this, I haven't made the flower for it yet. This I kind of wanted to make it look more like a serrated kind of like rose leaf kind of leaf. So I want to make a rose looking flower for it. And then most of these are just...
Shook you guys a bit.
Oh, I'm sorry. But yeah, most of these are just plain leaves. And then this isn't going to be another sideways flower. I just have to add the stem and the leaves to it. I'm not sure what I was thinking with these. I almost think that maybe it's almost like a younger form of this flower, I guess, is kind of what I was thinking. It's like it's not like matured or something. I don't know. I just wanted to add like a different shape to the leaves since they're all kind of the same shape. And then there's this little vine as well. I like doing vines to just to break stuff up a little bit.
Yes, that way it's not so much business right in one area and leave some space open.
And then so that not everything is just flowers everywhere. Okay, so that's most of the Irish crochet pieces. I have a couple more in this set that I want to show you before I move on to all of my other pieces. I guess I missed one of these leaves. But yeah, let's start to clear this for the next set.
Clear the table. What should we bring up first?
Well, I still have more pieces on my side right here. So, let me just show you the theme of the piece. Some of you guys might recognize these.
I know, right?
But then again, maybe not.
Right, these are classics, but...
Yeah, they are pretty classic characters. But, here's what the piece is going to kind of center around. I have here a Butterfree applique and a Persian applique. These are both characters from Pokemon. Let me show you the Persian up close. So I want to just kind of have like a field full of different Pokemon of different types that are all just kind of hanging out in a field, just doing animal things.
It's like a classic nature scene.
Yeah, exactly.
Like Snap out in the wild.
Yeah. So yeah, this is going to be kind of more in the background.
Oh, and Ryan asked if you could simply explain what Irish crochet is.
Okay, well, Irish crochet is kind of, here, let me show you the Butterfree a little bit. And let me kind of just give you a bit of an example. Like, let's say that I was going to Irish crochet a piece that had this Butterfree and this Persian in it. Let's throw in a couple of flowers, a couple of leaves. So we would just have, like, say a flower, some leaves, and I would just place them, and then basically I would either sew them or pin them down to the fabric, and then I would take my hook and just fill in all of this space with like freeform chain to connect all of the pieces together. Or not just chain, but like you could just use any stitch really, like single crochet, double crochet, etc. Just to kind of like connect all of these spaces between all of the pieces, so that when you unattach it from the fabric, you just cut away the stitching or you pull out all the pins, and then it should have like a really pretty like freeform lace. And there's different ways that you can Galaxia Nova, Galaxia Nova, sorry about that. Galaxia Nova says the Butterfree is amazing. Thank you.
It is a very nice Butterfree.
Yeah, actually, it took me a couple of tries to get that one right. I actually kind of had to throw out a couple of bad Butterfrees. It's a shame.
No.
They didn't get that far, so yeah. But yeah, that one took a little while to get perfect. So basically, you would just be connecting all of these little pieces together with freeform chains, basically, and just kind of like fill it in until all of the negative space is filled with just like lace.
Yeah.
If you look it up on Google, you can find some really cool examples.
Yeah, there's some amazing pieces.
Yeah,
out there.
People do amazing work. And this is kind of like baby lace, really. Some people like literally use like thread.
Yeah.
To make like, that's kind of what you're supposed to traditionally use, but I am not that good at this. So, and I mean, piece of fiber fill in my mouth. That's what happens. But yeah, I'm not good enough to use lace, like lace yarn or lace thread to make
right.
Lace.
That's
like,
intense.
I'm still a beginner, so I've been just using crochet threads. But this is one of my favorite pieces that I've made so far. And then the other thing that I've done that that I guess is probably not proper is I take apart the 4-ply yarns and just use 2 of the threads of the 4-ply yarn to make lace, because you really can't find very many good colors in crochet thread.
That's true.
Or just in thread, like just you have to use like DMC floss or something like that in order to find really nice
definitely
colors.
Everyone's kind of,
so that's kind of my cheater way of
everyone's kind of
thread.
at the mercy of the colors that are available and whatever type of yarn you want to work in.
Get a sheep and make your own.
Yeah, and it's and then dye lots aren't always the same, so it's hard to get.
That's why I want to use like that acrylic yarn, because then the dye lots actually are the same, and
yeah,
Dye says I love the colors. I agree.
Yes.
Because it's really hard to find colors that are right for this type of lace. So let me move these little guys out of the way, and let me move on to the next category of Irish lace.
Clear the field of Pokemon
before I show you the rest of. I've got quite a bit of lace to show you guys, but I'm just going to throw up a couple of these guys, even though I've shown them on the channel before, just so that I can, let's just add some color to the frame.
Just a splash of color.
So, I just showed you all of my, like, field of flowers themed stuff. So this is going to be a different theme. This lace isn't exactly very lacy, because most of this is actually made with worsted weight yarn, which is not really what you're supposed to use to make it lacy. So it's kind of more going to not really going to be lacy.
It's chunky lace.
Yeah, it's really chunky. But it's cute, so that's fine. Some of the other pieces that I showed you guys last time that were the lace pieces, I showed you guys some tattooed mermaids. One of them was tattooed. One will be tattooed soon. But I showed you one tattooed mermaid and one mermaid that was in progress. So let me show you guys a couple of the other pieces that are going to go with the mermaid.
Galaxia says, orange always seems to be the hardest one to find.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, there's not many shades of orange people have to choose from.
Yeah,
really.
and then also just different shades of different colors, because you can find like one shade of a color sometimes if you're lucky.
I know.
But if you want any nuance, like you're gonna have to.
Or then when there's like, or there's like seasonal colors too, which I always thought was kind of funny. So if you just like a certain color that happens to be a seasonal one, and then they just stop selling them because it's not that season anymore. Or if they stop
making it completely, because that's something that's happened to me with some of my favorite yarns. They just discontinued. And that's no good.
I know, yeah.
All right, let me show you guys this next set of lace pieces. And of course, they're not in frame. But yeah, they're just a bunch of sea-themed ones that are going to go with the mermaid piece. Here's a bit of kelp.
We've gone from the fields to beneath the sea.
Yeah, and I'm going to probably do a couple of mermaid pieces. So some of them will probably be like directly underwater, which is why I have this huge seahorse. Because that's going to be more of like, this one's going to be closer up to the...
Right, it's not a giant seahorse, it's just part of the foreground.
Yeah, exactly. And like, some of them I want to do more like on the actual like sand pieces instead, but some of them I do want to have them be like actually underwater. So this guy's probably going to be on the sand, my lobster.
Oh, and I guess Nye has to go. Oh, watching from Texas. We actually have nice. Relatives
we have some
that
family there, yeah.
Yeah, so good night. Nice. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for coming by. And thanks for engaging in the chat.
Yeah. It's always nice hearing from you guys.
Yeah, for sure. So, I have a crab somewhere, I thought, but I can't find it. So.
He's skittered away.
Yeah, I have a bunch of other mermaid-themed pieces somewhere. Because I showed you guys 2 mermaids last time, and I have another one that's further finished, and I don't know where it is.
And they swam off with the crab.
It's funny, because they don't have a tail yet. How did they do it?
They crawled.
Okay. So, and then also this random shell. I have a hard time finding shell patterns that I like, so I always just end up making something up. And I've never really been satisfied with just a straight up, just regular like clam shell.
That one looks pretty good. It's got some nice boning on it.
I guess.
Not the clams have bones necessarily, but like
it has like some it has texture in the right places.
The ribbing on it, I guess.
Yeah, and I like the colors for this for being a shell too. So this is a good yarn for that.
It's got a lot of shine coming off the camera a bit, but.
Let me move it over here to where it's darker. But yeah, I really like how this one looks. I was going to use this same yarn for a particular other piece where I was going to make that the sand, so I probably can't use this color for the shells for that piece just because it would blend too much in. So I feel like this shell is probably going to have to go on like a seafloor piece where the seafloor is more like super colorful. Right. So I'm not sure exactly what.
And then Ryan's asking if is it going on a fabric? Are we making a sea quilt? I think you did make a blanket a while ago that was like a sea-themed blanket, wasn't it?
Yeah, I made a baby blanket that was probably the first thing like this that I ever really did. That was before I got really into Irish crochet, and I feel like I just like doing Irish crochet better. I'm not sure. This one would probably be better to do for something like that since the pieces are so thick. Right. So like maybe if I have enough pieces. I just lost track of so many.
And Galaxia, it's 4 a.m. for you right now. Thank you for watching from the UK.
Oh my god.
Catching us bright and early, probably before the sun's even up.
I feel bad.
No, don't. Thank you
for coming. Oh my god.
Thank you so much.
Oh my god.
It's nice to catch you live here on the stream instead of always.
Yeah, seriously.
Because I know how tough it is for a lot of people always having to catch the archive, but thanks for joining us.
Yeah, maybe when we do our finished pieces stream, we should do it at a different time that maybe would be
we
easier
could play
for
around.
You guys to catch. If we try to do like an early one on a day, I don't know. That's still in.
I know, right? We'd have to do it later, but we can do that. That's easier.
I mean, we could also do it really late. Like, we could literally do a really, really late stream. We do stay up very late sometimes.
We are night owls.
So.
Even though I get up early.
I don't know. Maybe eventually we can do that. Okay, let me clear this so that I can show it, because we should really, we haven't had very much to eat today, so we do want to.
I know we keep on trying to keep these streams limited, but
yeah, because like I just.
But it's just
it's so hard to edit.
It's easy
down.
to. I know it's easy to.
I have a tiny bit more lace.
Get in detail about these things, and it's always nice talking to you guys.
Yeah, seriously. Okay, I have just a little bit more lace to show you. Let me. And this is not.
Let's go back to us.
This is still Irish crochet, but a different type of Irish crochet. I'm not even gonna pull it all out of the bag.
I know, right?
Not even gonna pull this all out of the bag.
There's miles of this. Not miles of it, but
might as well be though. Jeez. Okay, so let's just here. Hold that so that I can. I'm just gonna untwist this a little bit. Okay, it's gonna be worth it though, because it's real cute. Real cute. So, this is just a random lace trim that I've been working on for a while, and now I don't even know what I'm gonna do with it, because I was going to use this trim to put at the bottom of a dress, but then I just changed my mind about the material that I wanted to use for it. But the problem was I was halfway done with this lace. So now
just keeps on going.
So now I have a ton of lace.
Excuse me.
It's nice to know that you watched them live. That you watched the highlights after you watched them live, Galaxia Nova. That's really nice of you. I'm sorry that like they're kind of edited down so much.
I know, right?
It's just I want to keep them kind of shorter for the highlights, right? But like, there's just so like we do go for a long time when we do these sometimes.
Don't we?
So we should try to do something at a different hour to try to make it easier for some of you guys. Because I know somebody else also messaged me a while back saying like that they had a harder time.
At least every couple of streams, so that way in case we have followers that are joining us from around the world in different countries.
And I'm probably going to do a Stardew Valley stream in a couple of days, just because I've been working an awful lot, and I think I want to take a break
in case you guys want to.
So maybe I'll do a Stardew
chill
stream
out and
in
watch
the morning.
Stardew.
Yeah.
So if you guys don't know, it's super fun little farming game that came out I think last year.
Yeah, and I've been trying to build a sheep farm so I can just have like a bunch of sheep, a bunch of wool, a bunch of fabric. It's in theme.
All right, so
let me show you guys this lace.
This spiral of madness.
Okay, this looks a bit of a mess. I might have to turn the light up for this.
Right, it's black, so we get the good contrast on this. But
so this is a Irish lace rose tape, I guess you could call it. But I've just been slowly joining all of these roses together, and then I just changed my mind about what lace I wanted, because it's just this particular type of material. This is a wool-like thread, so it's kind of fuzzy, and I didn't really like how it looked to contrast with the dress that I was using. So I ended up undoing everything that I had done on the dress already and changing to Auntie Lydia or Aunt Lydia's brand
put it on top of
thread.
That, just so that way it has a clear.
That much of a difference.
Yeah, no, I suppose not.
Doesn't really make that much of a difference.
Just so you can see the.
But yeah, let me just try to show it a little closer if I can get it to the. Yeah, there we go. If I just get it closer.
Thank you. I did. I know.
That was a really good end to that stream.
So well too. It was like, all right,
finish. Yeah,
this is the last time I'm gonna try, and then I just happened to beat it. So
I know I have to publish those streams too. Those were glorious.
I know, right? Just relive the moments.
Seriously. All right. So yeah, I ended up undoing all of that and then replacing it with Aunt Lydia's yarn. So now I have to figure out what to do with that dress. That is like, I guess I could do the same thing, but now I guess I'm kind of bored of this design. So I want to do something different now, but I have so much of this stuff and I don't know what to do with it. And if you guys have any suggestions for something I could do with 1,000 miles of beautiful lace, please let me know.
Serious, because like
there's so much, like so much.
I know, right?
Like look at this.
Literally, could just like drape it around the room. Really, be like
I know,
streamers
right?
almost.
I don't know what to do with
it. It would be a good trim for a dress.
It's just so
or is
fuzzy.
It just, yeah.
It's so fuzzy. I don't like the aesthetic of it.
You'd have to stretch it across something and like pin it down so that way you could see all the detail really well. But I could see how it is a bit too chunky.
Like the one thing that I've thought maybe because it's so long and it's like got that fuzziness, like maybe it would look nice on like to top a curtain or something like that.
Right.
Like if there was a light contrast on it or something. But like, I don't know. Well, if you guys have any suggestions, please let me know.
Right.
Let me turn that back down. And we can look at some other pieces. Oh, I have an almost finished one. Let me put that back in there. All right, so just want to show you guys a couple of things more, and that's the end of the lace. So now everything else is just going to be more progress on my figures that I've been building, my dolls. Hand me the pink one, the pink hair one. So this one is just going to be a real quick update because all that I did for this one was to build her a neck piece. Because I showed you guys the neck piece that I built last week, and I wasn't really satisfied with the way that it covered up so much of her skin, because I want to give her tattoos. So I made this other one. It's currently pinned on her body, but yeah, it's just a lot more of her skin is showing, so I'm satisfied with that a little bit more.
Yeah.
But I really did want to give her some kind of a metal, like, jewelry thing. And then I also added some earrings.
Yeah, no, the earrings they're a nice little touch to it.
Yeah, I added some earrings, and then I added a little loop to the eyebrow
piercing too.
And there's just a single stud on this earring currently, but I'm gonna add some more. I think I might like glue a jewel onto this one, maybe potentially,
right?
Just to make it different than the one on the other side, just so that she has like a bunch of different styles of earrings, and then the tattoos, and that's it, and she's done.
Yeah.
So there's that one. Hand me the two. Yeah, that guy, and also the other guy. That guy. Yeah. I don't know why I left that other dude there. I haven't done anything on him for
this dude.
Yeah, he's not. He has not had any progress made. It's fine. I have the other side. It's fine. Okay. So I have been working on that muscular body tutorial. So here's the prototype that I was building, and I made some changes on it. Some of you might notice. Now I have I outlined the muscles so that you can kind of see them a little bit better.
A little better with the shine of the
because
of the camera a little bit.
Yeah, and I used the same color yarn, so it doesn't need to be a contrasting color, and that's nice to know because. So it looks pretty good.
Definitely
you can see
some definition.
Yeah, you can definitely see more of the definition of the muscles. And with the way that I did it, there's also this little kind of like
the line down the back. Yeah, you can see it real well right there.
And also his butt.
And also the butt.
But this guy came out a little bit skinnier than the pattern that I was making because I realized I accidentally forgot to make his pecs bigger, which is why they're kind of flat immediately. So let me show you the guy that is from the actual pattern. His muscles aren't outlined yet, so they don't look as clear, but you can kind of tell he's just got a lot more like bulk to his chest and just generally his body. Like he's a lot less thin than this guy is. See how skinny that dude is, although he's kind of more skinny also because his muscles have been sewn in. But once this guy's muscles are sewn in, he'll still be a lot bigger because I did an extra row of increasing at the chest, which I was going to do for this guy. I just forgot to do it completely. Yeah, no, it still looks really good. Yeah. It's just different body types now.
Totally.
So like it's still I'm still happy with both of these characters. I don't want to like obviously I'm not going to undo this.
No, for real. That's way too much work to undo.
Oh, and I just noticed Ryan said that the flower lace looks like spiders in a web. And the scales on the mermaid, I assume on the mermaid.
Yeah, right. Nothing else. I know these dudes don't have scales yet.
The scales are good. So thank you for that.
Yeah.
I really like the scales on that mermaid.
No, they did come out pretty.
They came out bad the first time, and then I added to them, and now they look great. So I'm really happy with that. So yeah, this tutorial for this guy though is going to come out for patrons probably tomorrow. It was going to come out today, but then I realized there was actually like some typos in the text on top of some of the materials. So I actually had to re-encode and re-upload everything. So that was unfortunate. So I guess you guys are getting that tomorrow on Patreon. If you guys are interested in that, you can sign up for Patreon. There's a link in the description. And this will become public for everybody next week. So look forward to that. And hopefully when I finish with filming and editing the rest of the last part of the tutorial, then I'll be able to upload for patrons the second part and all of that good stuff. So if you guys are interested in that, check out Patreon. Also, this hairstyle, I just did a tutorial for that. So if you guys are interested in short doll hair made out of yarn, you guys can check out that tutorial. And I think that's it for these guys. So there's one more figure that we're going to show you guys, and then that's it. Hand me the lady. So I've been showing you guys this piece for a few episodes in a row now. She still doesn't have eyes.
What have you done with her eyes?
I meant to make her eyes this week, and I just never got round to it. Oh, the crown is trying to come off. Get back on there.
Yeah, I noticed it was a little high.
Yeah, it's because the charm kind of got under it, but it's fine. I have realigned it. Ooh, it's trying to get back under it again. Okay, I realigned it. Okay. So let me show you guys. If you have no money but plenty of time, just keep on watching and sharing the videos. That also helps. Don't worry. It's obviously Patreon is completely optional. But yeah, you guys can just wait on the tutorial for next week and share the videos if you want to help support the channel, like the videos, all that good stuff. Comment on the videos. You guys know what to do. Yeah. But
comment,
it's totally optional for you guys to go on Patreon.
But
so don't feel
we
don't feel like you have to
appreciate it.
Go
but yeah, by all means, don't feel like you have to. We know,
Yeah, for sure.
Please support.
I mean, obviously, we're kind
yourself
of
first.
like we know how it is to be struggling financially. So I mean, if you guys don't have the money to, exactly. If you guys don't have the money to support anybody, yeah, for sure. All right, I got the crown.
Thank you for the thought, though.
Yeah, seriously. And obviously, we appreciate you guys just being here.
Yeah.
All right, so there's the crown that we made a couple weeks ago and the neck piece. But what I've added is the dress, finally. And I actually decided to not make it a dress and to make it a robe instead, because I just loved how this looked without like connecting it together the way that I did with all of my other dresses. And also everything that I've made has been wearing a dress so far, so I just thought it looked really, really nice to just have it be a robe. She's not wearing anything underneath yet because I haven't really figured out what I'm gonna put on her underneath, but I do want to have a layer of like thin clothing underneath with the big robe on top.
And it kind of unfurls like a flower too, which is nice.
Yeah, and I want to put like a sash of some kind. I haven't decided exactly what kind, and then I think I'm going to make 2 standalone petals of this same style and use them as sleeves so that she has really big sweeping sleeves. And then I put this little leaf thing around the neck piece. I'm probably going to sew the neck piece down to the leaves. And then this leaves a perfectly small little backspace to put her wings on later. So just enough space for the wings. So if you guys have any ideas for what I can put for her underclothes, let me know in the comments.
Styles, or make a little sketch and scan it and send it in.
If you have that kind of time.
I know, right? Don't mean to be asking so much of you.
I know, right?
It's just an idea.
So, one thing she still needs is her eyes, sleeves, and wings, and that should be it. Oh, yeah, and the sash. And the sash and the underwear. Well, we can hide all that.
I know, right? It's under, so it doesn't matter all the time. So,
I'm not sure what to do for the sash. I kind of thought, at first, like, the obvious thing is to put more leaves, I guess. But I'm so fed up with everything just being leaves.
I know, right?
And then also, I kind of want it to be more of a thick sash instead of just a string of leaves. So I was almost thinking maybe of just making it just fabric.
Yeah.
Instead of
no, it's just it's a large blade of grass. So that way, because everything is either, I mean, it's cool going with the motif of being based around flowers, but in that way,
well, I mean, I feel like she's flowery enough,
right?
For it to be
well,
like,
and then in that sense too, it's like all you have to choose from are petals or leaves.
Yeah, exactly.
Which makes it
exactly. Well, there's other things that I could use, but like
like a blade of grass.
Yeah, totally. And like I haven't used mushrooms yet,
right?
In a doll, which that is probably something that I could use.
A mushroom themed fairy would be cute.
Yeah, I haven't done that yet, but that's like an easy thing to probably figure out how to do. Excuse me. And I think that's the last one. I believe
that's
all
why
we
have for today.
That's why I switched. But yeah, if you guys have any other ideas for other clothing pieces for those fairies, also those 2 male dolls that I showed you guys are also going to be fairies eventually. So if you guys have any ideas for ways that I could decorate those 2 guys, then leave that in the comments as well. And I think that's it.
That's it for
now.
Thank you guys so much for joining us wherever you're watching from. Thank you so much.
Yeah, especially everybody that's up.
I know anyone
that's watching us. Thank you so much, you guys. And thanks for like engaging so much in the chat this time.
I know. Yeah, it always makes it nicer being able to talk to you guys and just be able to connect more and hear your comments.
Yeah, and thanks for the feedback. I appreciate that a lot. We'll see you guys in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And that's it. So bye guys.
I know we keep spacing. All right, bye guys.
Bye.